You wouldn't believe it, but 42 hours later, Ned felt chased by a sea monster, waves hugging him like the ocean. In the end, Ned didn't quite conquer the ocean, but his courage and determination made a splash in swimming history, turning him into a legend. It wasn't until August 23, 2010, when Ned was sorting through his mother's belongings, that he stumbled upon an old book filled with a quote that sparked a fire in him. This gave him an indescribable drive, as if the ocean was calling out to him. When he opened that dusty old video bag, his younger self leapt onto the screen, and tears filled Ned's eyes like a dam bursting. Memories flooded back like a tidal wave, and that passion reignited in an instant. He even dug out his swimsuit from 30 years ago. So here comes 60-year-old Ned, ready to chase his dreams once more. As he dove into the pool, childhood training scenes flashed in his mind, and his love for swimming roared back like a wild beast on the hunt. When he resurfaced at sunset, he swam daily, becoming a symbol of persistence. Daily, he worked out, with the gym's diamond poster cheering him on. Diamonds are just coals that stuck to it. Bonnie thought Ned was just returning to swim for fitness, but little did she know. He planned to attempt the swim from Cuba to Florida again. Can you believe that? Bonnie was left speechless. Even during Ned's peak, the waves had never been this wild. Now Ned was no spring chicken. Challenging those waters felt like playing with fire, but she knew. Once Ned set his mind to something, nothing could stand in the way of his dream. To prove he was still young at heart, he and Bonnie embarked on an adventure to a Mexican port. What a journey. They planned to swim for 8 hours in the currents. Talk about a dream. If they couldn't handle those 8 hours, the 60-hour trek from Cuba to Florida would be a fairy tale gone wrong. Although Ned was a swimming whiz, age had definitely slowed him down. The icy water was like an invisible monster nibbling at his warmth, and soon Ned felt his limbs turn to ice. Ned had to call it quits after just 4 hours and 14 minutes, and oh boy, he was feeling mixed emotions. Looking at his not-so-great results, Ned felt frustrated, and Bonnie suggested he aim for something a tad more realistic. But Ned's stubborn spirit flared up again, and he swam like a wild stallion, charging through the waves. Seeing Bonnie's smug look, Ned realized he had definitely fallen for her psychological tricks. He needed a coach who could unlock and unleash his full potential. What awaited him next was an exceptionally grueling and challenging training process. Bonnie became Ned's coach, helping him regain the courage to train. Each training session felt like a race against time as Ned chased his dreams while battling the effects of aging. In training, Ned pushed his limits, and every stroke felt like a relentless pursuit of his dreams. With every breath, he infused a fierce belief in life, and as time passed, everything was ready. Stepping onto Cuban soil, Ned felt hopeful, but to achieve this ambitious feat, he couldn't rely on just himself. Bonnie leveraged her connections to assemble a team of professionals, determined to ensure Ned's safety and well-being. This team included shark dodging experts to patrol the waters for Ned's swim. Talk about a shark safety crew. So someone tossed a bucket of fish into the ocean and then took a dive. But the next moment, sharks materialized like ghosts, as if they had spotted a buffet. Powerful people have a distinct aura. Their lofty demeanor rubbed the old sailor the wrong way. All these folks were super pumped about helping Ned on this adventure. They deserved more respect and understanding, but Ned was a bit skeptical, while the old sailor calmly cleared things up. "We willingly joined this adventure," he said, laying out his years of ocean experience to Ned. Despite the scene, the old sailor remained patient, sharing his invaluable wisdom. The old sailor continued, "What you want to do has never been done, but the route needs to be spot on, or it's just trouble ahead. Every 15 minutes, I recalculate the currents. A slight detour risks a whirlpool." Ned's social skills shone here. Ned's social shortcomings were on full display, but thankfully Bonnie swooped in to save the day and ease the awkwardness. Bonnie had thoughtfully prepared beer and lunch for the old sailor, hoping he would understand Ned's impulsive nature. The old sailor promised to set up a bright red path for Ned to follow at night. Due to relentless summer rains, they hardly had a chance to set sail for 4 months. It was one setback after another. If they didn't set sail soon, temperatures would drop and all their hard work would go down the drain. One day, while Ned exercised on the treadmill, breaking news caught his eye. A new female champion challenged the Cuba Strait. The route she chose was identical to Ned's, but she was nearly 40 years younger. Ned fixed his eyes on the TV, eagerly anticipating this unique showdown. However, the female athlete lasted just 11 hours before being stunned by a mysterious creature and quitting.